Hello everybody, this is Toastroven, and I'm going to try to show you that some of the builds that I can actually execute work above Silver League, which is the videos that I usually try to show you. Although they're ridiculously funny to watch because Silver Leaguers' decision making is usually their primary downfall, with the exception of their terrible macro and therefore extremely large bank. So, I am not quite in top 8 at the moment because I haven't actually been playing on this account because I've been YouTubing so often, but at the time of last season, I was top 8. At the time of the season previous, I was just outside of the top 8 range. So I want to show you what happens when I am fighting high gold or low platinum league players. So this is going to be against a Terran. I'm going to be playing as a random, and I'm going to pick out a strategy at random depending on the race I get. And I got Terran. So what I could do here is I could actually show you a Battlecruiser rush. This is an unranked game, so I really don't care what I'm doing right now. If I lose, all it does is just show up a game as a game in the match history. But I'm going to show you guys the Battlecruiser rush because I believe that's a good idea to do. I don't think that's actually made it to my stream yet. No, actually, it has not made it to my stream yet. And that's one of the very first strategies that I ever started to use where I was expanding the races where I started trolling as. The very first build I was trolling with is the Zerg, or the Zerg proxy hatch idea. And quickly it branched out to what is the dumbest unit that I could try to pump out at a reasonable time. And of course, that unit was the Battlecruiser. So basically, what happens is your openings kind of gonna look vaguely like a Reaper opening. I don't know specifically how a Reaper opening is designed to look, but you're gonna get a 13 racks, or racks where you have your 13th SCV already queued up. So technically, it's not 13 supply, but I guess it technically is. And then we're also gonna get a 13 refinery, because you need that gas pretty early, but we don't need to cram it all into the end. We'll get a second refinery eventually, but not now. Thought I was going to scout, but I don't think I'm going to change my build if I scout, so there's no real need to scout. One extra SCV. As soon as the refinery's done, of course, put your SCVs in the refinery to mine the gas. I think that's kind of implied. And, actually, we need to send an SCV out about now. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to proxy a factory. So that way, even if they scan in the main or whatever, they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Or what we are doing, or what you are doing. We're going to start pumping out Marines off the factory, or off the barracks. You can't make Marines out of a factory. What am I thinking today? Because Battlecruisers actually don't do well if they don't have a meat shield in front of them. I don't know why I moved that SCV. It looked important, so I did it. And by the time we're here, we have about 100 gas. We can put the factory right about there-ish. Sounds good. And once we put the factory down, we're going to get a second refinery. Sounds good. That's weird. That's actually a late scout. That's not something that Gold Leaguer would usually do unless they're top 100. We might be fighting a top 100. This is going to be interesting to see their reactions. So once this factory's done, then we'll make the other. Then we'll make the starport. But we're going to do it in the exact same location, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that factory. And I already transferred workers there. All right. Around 23, I guess we could get the next supply depot. And we're going to lift this up. And now we're going to send this over here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to tide him over or distract him a little bit with Widow Mine Harass. Especially since he hasn't put anything in this location, so he has no idea what he doesn't know I'm building anything here. Once this starport is finished, we'll probably stick the fusion core up the top. So we'll go ahead and build it right there. The starport, it's not really important yet to build the tech lab, but I guess what's the reason not to? And we're just going to send this straight in. Hide the factory. You see that the fusion core's out of the normal scan radius, so all he knows is I'm proxying something. And so far we got 1 kill off the Widow Mine. That's not very much, but no, he finally realized something happened. By the time the fusion core's finished, roughly we will have exactly enough to build a Battlecruiser. This one's actually doing very well in comparison to the timings that I usually try to do on stream. I guess I have been doing it for a fairly long time. So, you need 400, 300 to build a Battlecruiser.
Your forces are under attack.
That actually got a second shot off. And Battlecruisers cost, I believe it is... it won't work if I do that. 6 supply, okay. Actually, we will build another base.
Additional supply depots required.
And now we have about 8 Marines. If your macro's good, you'll have maybe like 10 Marines. I think that I've been a little bit less vigilant with my macro, so that's why it's not there. But, so now we're going to send these Marines across the map. I think it's about time we did that. There's also a variant of this build that I like to do that can include... Oh, poor SCV's trapped. But there is a build that I will like to do sometimes where you get 3 racks. Wait, what? Oh, that's actually off. Whoops. So there we go. This is our Battlecruiser. Say hello to the Battlecruiser. And now we have 10 Marines. That's about enough to fight with the Battlecruiser. This is at the 8.5 minute mark, and as Terran... There we go. We can actually get quite a bit done with this.
Is under attack.
So now he's going to be kind of in a panic mode, I would imagine, because there's not much that he's done to prevent this. Other than make Marines. Alright, so he sent all the workers to attack the Marines that were supporting him. Or that were supporting me, rather. But now there's one Battlecruiser here, and there's a second one almost finished. And he can't really do much about that. Once you have enough money, I would just start massing Marines. Because the Battlecruisers are going to be taking up so much money that you'd save money. You would be best macroing something that is cheap on gas. I should probably also get a tech lab and get an engineering bay and lift this up and put it in its proper location. And he's focusing down the Battlecruiser here. It's not doing anything for him. So there we go. This proves that you can do this, in fact, against Gold Leaguers. And it actually works. I've actually done this in Platinum League when I used to be Platinum in Wings of Liberty, and it still worked. It didn't work as often as I would have liked it, but if they did the wrong build, that actually helps them. So this guy was top 50. Which means we can actually view his profile for a little bit. A little cameo for him. And he is 43rd, so he is pretty much top 50. But he is X-Diamond and such, so... Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's just a little bit of a little analysis of how to do a Battlecruiser Rush, which is a build I so much enjoy, and it's a build that many people who fight me do not enjoy. It's a good TVT strategy. It's an okay TVZ strategy as long as they weren't planning on going needling, because then they can just build Corruptors and kill the Battlecruisers if you were reliant on them. Or they can just build like 8 Spore Crawlers, and if you planned on building more Battlecruisers afterwards, that plan was immediately crushed. And if they went Lingbane afterwards, then your Marine follow-up wasn't exactly as good. If you are good enough as a Terran to just make Marine Marauders, then you're probably better off, but I'm not really somebody that knows how to do that, because I'm a Zerg, as you've seen in my previous videos if you watched those. But anyways, little wrap-up of the video. Subscribe. I'm afraid I can't put a link and subscribe. I've explained that in a previous video. Comments, always appreciated. I've always said that. Positive or negative, thumbs up, thumbs down, those kind of help. I'd rather comments, but those work as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.